Hey, it's Lowry Smith, CommanderSmiths here with another opening from CK using credit. I send in cards that I don't use or in my trades that I feel like are a little tough or I'm getting going to get a good exchange. Generally aim for about 70%. It's kind of like I get on Card Sphere and stuff like that. So that's kind of the aim, and, so I get credit, and then I get the cards that I want. Most of the time, it's just filling out my collection and just having options for cards when I'm building. So let's check it out. Like I said, about 150, 160 after taxes, cool little robot token. They always kinda give a token, don't they? Alright, let's see here. Do I need okay. The odd acorn gang, just squirrel tribal kinda stuff, and I know I'm not gonna build it, but I still think they can be pretty cool. Um in that regard. So might as well get them. Xenia Valley's voice, just giving creatures that offspring ability. So like if you have a red, white, blue ETB deck, like I feel like this is a pretty solid piece to have in there. Pretty cool in that regard. Terrain generator, alt art foil. The regular foils of these, there's only one version, I believe, but they're all over like $10. And this one's two. So I felt like it was worth it. Got one. Sleight of hand, secret layer foil. That looks pretty cool. Um, yeah, yeah, I kind of like just how the little lines pop. Probably not worth it on this one. I thought it'd be more of a full foil. Maybe it'll look better in a different light as well. But I liked this version of stuff. So like there's a preordain to Fury's Ageless Insight, and that popped a lot more. So I don't know what is going on here. But Bonner's Enclave. Sorry. There is, new alt art of it, and so I like the foils, and they're cheaper than the original one, so I'll go with that. Insatiable Fugivore. This is just kind of like for food decks. And you just work with that, just get the pieces in there. Octomancer. When it comes into play, gift an octopus. You're gonna get an octopus, and then you kind of get tokens whenever somebody makes them, including yourself, I believe. Okay. At the beginning of each end step, create a token that's a copy of target creature token that entered the battlefield this turn. So, yeah, any creature token that ETBs. 5 mana is a little bit much, but it's like a 50-cent card. So, Sammy Wildcat Captain. I think this card is crazy. I really, really do. I think it's really good. So I'm going to try and pick some of these up. This is my second one. Pretty happy with it in the lobster deck. I plan on putting it in some other decks. So keep on working on it. Umbral Caller Zealot. Until they reprint this, it's going to be a $2+ card, but sacrifice another creature to surveil one. It's a cheap, free sack outlet. And so I was going to get some foils there. One, how many did I give up on? Yep, two. Probably, if you see them for cheap, get them. They're really good. Glittering Massive is just the cycle lands for red white. I'll put these in like two color decks. I don't have a problem with them. They're fetchable. They cycle. Pretty solid. Vernal Fen, black, green, fetchable, enters untapped unless you control two or more basic lands. I hope they eventually finish the cycle, and I'm sure they will. But should be cool. Crystal Quarry, alt art foil. There's a the original foil of this is crazy. I don't see these going up at all, but um, time to get a foil if you like any of those new alt art lands. Same thing with High Market. There just isn't any cheap foils, so I think I got one. It looks like another terrain generator. Thespian Sage. Looking for the foil of that. Instant Ramen going in the lobster deck, getting a foil version of it. Eye of Nidhogg, turning something into a dragon essentially. So that's always kind of fun. We have Kate Sith, fortune teller. Um, I only ended up buying like one precon, and that was the red, white, black one that reanimates. So all the other precons, I'm picking up the singles for, as long as they're cheap. Chocobo Knights, giving double strike to things with counters on them, which is fun. Maester Seymour, yeah. Dealing with 1/1 counters. You have Setzer, which is creating a 3/3 um, vehicle. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage, flip a coin. Whenever you win a coin flip, create 2 tapped treasure tokens. Generally, Adam goes and picks coin flipping, but a little niche. Units whistle, just revealing cards and +1/1 counters. Tanuk, steadfast second. This one's gonna be that one's a good one. This was like $10. That was a bit more. Other creatures you control have haste, and then artifact and creature cards and red creature cards in your hand have warp 3. And so that means they come into play and then they exile at end of turn. Then you can cast them on another turn. Um, Pretty dope. There we go. There's the big one. And yeah. All right. Crucible Worlds got the Galaxy foil. Um, it looks good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll have to It was like 45 bucks. Crucible Worlds is one of my favorite cards. I love Galaxy foils. I'd say it doesn't pop like other Galaxy foils, but I'm not like disappointed in it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy to have a foil version of it as well. Like all the others, they get up to 80 to 100, and that's where I'd expect this to get to eventually. Maybe not as fast as other Galaxy foil stuff, but Fate Stitcher, just an old bordered foil of it. Looking to get that. It's cheap, maybe 2-3 bucks. Yeah, that's pretty for zombies. They're just coming from the graveyard. Aloro, Ageless Aesthetic. This is just a foil version of it. Kind of a secret layer, but not a secret layer, maybe? I don't remember at this point. But it's like 10 bucks. And I think the regular Aloro is sitting at like 15-20. So I plan on sending that out and keeping this version. Patron Wizard, getting a foil version of this, and then I can trade away the non-foil version that I have. They're about the same price, about 4 or 5 bucks. But this tap any wizard and counter target spell unless they pay one. This is a dickhead card. This is why we hate counter spells. Rail Storm Conduit, just a planeswalker that's cheap. I was gonna see if I got two of them. Yeah, dope. Rites of Flourishing foil. That's a pretty card. Just sometimes, when you go through secret layers are kind of hard to buy as singles too, because generally they're just hyperinflated for what the card is, but it is harder to get them and all that kind of stuff. So I think I pulled the trigger on this being $5 to $7. Um, and I'll use this card. This is where like everybody gets to draw an extra card, you get to play an extra land. And if you have a deck that can really work with it, that's the way to go. It's a solid one. Scrying sheets, a little bit of a spec here. Like this card's going for like $2 right now, and most of them sit around five. Foils are going to be more. So Hatsumika is not bad. Shrine token from the secret layer deck. This was $5, and so I'll set that with the foil commander of it. Tireless Tracker foil. This was one of my favorite cards way back when that was printed. Not so much anymore. Just clues are what they are. But and Landfall has gotten so much better at this point. But getting a foil version, I really do like this art. It looks pretty cool. So going with that, pretty happy. Eshki Teamer's Roar. Just doing a lot of stuff with big creatures, and that is an archetype that they're going into. So this will just feed into it more and more. Spare supplies, just an extra for Lobster Guy. We have Arcbound Javelier. This is something that you can kind of um I like that it has modular. You can remove it, deal a damage. Might go in a proliferate deck. Might go, you know, modular deck. I don't know. Seems cool. And then Aura Blast, getting a old foil for my Shiko and Narset deck. Targeting, copy it, two enchantments, draw two cards type thing. That's it right there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're having a good day and have a good one. Bye.